Hey guys, it's Melissa Merrill coming at you live with another video for Pro Organizer Bootcamp. Today's video is going to be short, quick, and to the point, but I wanted to talk a little bit about business budgeting. So if you refer to the past two videos that I've done with an attorney and with a tax expert, I'll link them up here in the cards up above if you want to refer back to those videos. They are awesome. One is our top 10 tax tips for professional organizers. One is a legal live that I did with an attorney. So that being said, definitely check out those videos. But today is going to be more anecdotal on how I budget in my business. I know that things can be overwhelming when you're first getting started as an organizer, and then even a little bit more, robust and a laundry list of things you need to track once you start growing, scaling, hiring a team, things like that. So I'm going to give you a few resources here just on how I run my own personal budget as a professional organizer. So number one, I use QuickBooks Online for all of my business accounting. There's different tiers and different levels of QuickBooks and what you can use it for. So there's like QuickBooks Self-Employed, QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Pro. There's all these different tiers of how much it costs. And so I'm not an affiliate for QuickBooks, but that is what I've always used to track my P&L, meaning profit and loss statements, and to be able to reconcile what's coming into my business banking accounts and what's leaving my business banking accounts. So just to break this down really easily, again, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a tax expert, and also I'm not a math expert. Math was actually my least favorite subject in school and in college, which is honestly why I decided to get my degree in sociology, because I was obsessed with human behavior and storytelling and all that good stuff. So just kind of an anecdotal note there, but I'm not good at math. I'm not a numbers person. I don't like crunching numbers. I don't like reconciling my books, but it is something that you have to understand how to do as a business owner. So how can you track your metrics and know if your business is successful or not? Are you making a profit? Are you recording a loss year after year or month after month or quarter after quarter? These are things that you want to start paying attention to in your business as a professional organizer, and get into the habit from the very beginning. You don't want to be a year into business and be like, oh my gosh, I should have opened a business checking account, or oh my gosh, I should have got business checks, or oh my gosh, I should have opened a business savings account or a business credit line, right? These are things that you want to start thinking about earlier on. I'm not saying like within the first week or month or even 6 months of starting the business, but these are things that you want to start to get used to. So again, number one is I use QuickBooks Online for all of my reconciling, again, what's coming in and what's coming out. And then number two is I actually also keep a Google Sheet. So Google Sheets is like part of Google Suite. If you don't have a Gmail address, I highly recommend you have some sort of Gmail address, because Google Suite is free. And so you have Google Drive, Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Notes, all of those things right in there. That's all included free. I think you get something like up to 15 megabytes, let's see, 15 gigabytes. And so that being said, definitely get yourself a Gmail account if you don't already have one. Definitely use Google Suite if you're not already using it for all of your business record keeping and things like that. That is what I use. And then number three, as part of that, is I use Google Sheets to create like a little, I guess something to kind of like keep my top of mind of, okay, I know that this is the money that's coming in and this is the money that's coming out. These are going to be things like subscriptions that you have. So for example, you guys know that I love Canva for all of my graphic design and slide deck presentations, webinars, and things that I put together here for Pro Organizer Bootcamp. So number one is like Canva coming out. Number two would be Wix coming out, because I have Wix hosting for all three of my different websites. Another thing would be Google domains coming out, because I have all Google domains. I think at this point I probably have like 10 domains that are part of my business portfolio. So these are things that are going to be recurring subscriptions. So like if you are on a Calendly monthly or a Zoom monthly, or I don't know, any of these things that are going to be coming out often. These are things you want to have top of mind, because you want to know the budget, right? So same as you would create a budget of your family life and your home life and your personal life, knowing, oh, I have to pay my cell phone on this date, or my internet bill on this date, or my I don't know, car insurance bill or my mortgage or my rent or whatever on this date, right? I always think it's important to have a budget for your personal life, but then definitely also for your business life. So number one was QuickBooks Online for the P&L and the tracking. Number two was Google Suite so that you can keep all of your business records in there, create different folders, use different G Docs, things like that. And then of course the G Sheet is what I use just to know kind of like the eagle eye view of what is coming out every single month so that I know, okay, I definitely need to at least be able to make this much to be able to cover all of those expenses. So hopefully that makes sense in a pretty layman's term, because again, I'm not a math expert and not an accountant. So number three in this video is tracking your mileage. So again, refer back to that top 10 tax tips video that I did with a CPA and tax expert. And that is where you'll find more information on why it's important to track your mileage as a professional organizer, going to people's houses, tracking, you know, where you're going, what your address is, where you're leaving from, where you're going to, all of that, commuting can definitely be part of your tax write-off if you choose to file it that way. Again, definitely work with a CPA, a bookkeeper, an accountant, somebody in your business, especially when it comes time to do your taxes. When you're first starting out, I don't necessarily think you need to have somebody running your books every single month, because that's why I love QuickBooks Online, because I just kind of am able to do it myself and then send everything to my tax person at the end of that year, right? So typically my taxes are done by like March of every year. And so I'll send all of that stuff over to the person usually in like January of each year. So I don't have somebody that's running my books and crunching all my numbers every single month. Now, maybe if I had like 5 employees and I was doing payroll through Gusto, which I love, and I was, you know, signed up with the employee development department and having to pay out unemployment to past employees and things like that, then maybe I would probably want to work with somebody that was a tax or accounting expert every single month in my business. But my recommendation is when you're just starting out, that you definitely need to have somebody helping you with taxes at the end of the tax year. And so they're going to want to see all of your mileage, tracking where you went, where you came from, why you went there, who the client was. And then according to here in the US, if you're watching here in the US, there's different mileage rates that are part of each year. So it actually changes every single year. At the time of this recording, we are in 2022. And for the final 6 months of 2022, the standard mileage rate for business travel will actually be 62.5 cents per mile, which is up 4 cents. So sometimes, again, this fluctuates and it changes. Obviously right now with increasing gas prices and inflation, I think that's probably why they did that. But the IRS did release a statement in June 2022 stating that the new mileage rate for the rest of 2022 is 62.5 cents per mile. So you want to make sure that you're at least being able to get reimbursed for that / writing it off in your taxes. Again, depending how you file, whether you're a sole prop, an LLC, an S Corp, all of those things, right? Talk to your local tax person. If you need help finding a local tax person, I suggest going to your local SCORE chapter. So SCORE is powered by the Small Business Administration here in the US. Again, this video is kind of US specific, so my apologies, but I'm not familiar with processes in the UK or Canada or my other listeners here around the globe. But I just know that for the US, SCORE is where I used to be a mentor, and it's an awesome organization. They have chapters in pretty much every major city. And so you can actually hook up with somebody there if you just have questions about all this stuff, like where should I go for my business banking, and where should I go for my business line of credit, and do I actually need business checks? And they'll help you with other stuff sometimes too, with just general advice about like liability insurance and stuff like that. So those are my 3 top tips. 1, I love QuickBooks Online. Again, not an affiliate for it, but definitely check it out if you want to do like a free trial or work with your local accountant on maybe getting set up under their plan. That's number 1. Number 2 is Google Suite, and then specifically Google Sheets to kind of keep an actual running budget of what's coming in, what's going out. And then number 3 is tracking your mileage and the importance of that, so that by the end of the year, you're not having to scramble and go back to Google Maps and remember all of the sessions that you had and all of the clients that you drove to. All right, thanks so much for watching today, and I will be back soon with another video. Again, it's Melissa Merrill from Pro Organizer Bootcamp. I hope that you'll like like and subscribe. And if you want more information from me, definitely head to my website, www.proorganizerbootcamp.com. You can check out my online course, my monthly mastermind membership with some amazing professional organizers across the US, and then also check out my one-on-one coaching options. Thanks so much.